Hi, Barbara. Hi, Ximena. How are you?
Hi, good, thank you.
So excited to talk to you both. I'm really, really loving this series. I have a few questions for you guys. This one is for Barbara. Your character, Maria, she's deeply inspired by detective stories, I found. So I really wanted to know, how did you prepare to portray her investigative nature, and how did you draw from any like real life detectives for inspiration if you did?
Well, yeah, I read some books, and also do some research with documentaries, and we interviewed these first female police officers, and talking to them, it was very inspiring to know how they perceive the society, the norms of the society at that time, being a police woman. And yeah, I did some research with series as well. And I prepared with Fernando also, a lot of work that we did. And yeah, that was it.
Amazing. My next question is for Jimena. Your character Angeles is described as brilliant but misunderstood character on the spectrum, right? I'm curious to know, how did you approach this role, and did you do any kind of research to accurately represent her unique perspective of the world?
Yeah, I mean, we did a lot of research. We worked with an organization that works with people on the spectrum. It was interesting to interview all these people in different levels of the spectrum, and also a lot of women, because it manifests very differently in women than it does in men, and a lot of it has to do with the society expectations, which I think were even worse in the 70s. That women had to behave a certain way, and be very, very much more adaptive and complacent than with men. That was very, very interesting to me. And I worked with an acting coach, and we sort of together with Fernando worked on how was it that you were going to sort of perceive these little quirks that Angeles developed. So it was definitely a challenge.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm so appreciative of representation of any kind, especially on the spectrum. That's amazing. Given the significant social and political like disarray or disorders during the early 70s, how did you guys work together to like authentically portray the period and such an intense atmosphere at the time? This question's for both of you.
Well, I mean, I think we prepared by understanding what it meant to be a woman in the 1970s, and also women that for the first time were going into the police force, a place that had been mostly dominated by men, and that those men did not want you there. I mean, it's a very hostile situation, and unfortunately, it's something that we can still relate to in this day and age. We live still as women in a very hostile city and a very hostile country, with so much violence for women and girls, and you sort of, all of us have an experience of being treated violently just for your gender. So it's just being taking that and honing it into portraying it in the years where that was happening.
Right. Well, that's all the time I have. This is such a unique and special story, and I'm really excited for people to watch it. And I wish you both the absolute best. Thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.